Salam alaikum, shalom, grüß Gott, bonjour, privet, dobar dan, and welcome to this video. In this one, I will give you a sound demo of the difference these feet make. These are the IsoAcoustics Gaia 3. My speaker stands are by Northstone. Stylum 2 is the model name, and the height is 60 centimeters, and these isoacoustic speaker stand feet at 1 inch, so about 2.5 centimeters. Now, like I said in my unboxing video of these Gaias, I know that this is not snake oil, but hearing it surprised me even more, because I couldn't believe it, because I thought the speaker has to be rock solid on the speaker stand, and with this feet it isn't. It is wobbly, and that made me think, no, there can't be an advantage to the bass and mid-range. But it is. Now let me let me show you what I mean with wobbly. This one is the one without the isoacoustics feet, and this is. Now, when I saw that, I thought that's a disadvantage, but it isn't. I don't know why. I think if you don't touch it, if it is just the speaker moving, there is no wobbling. And but now let's listen. I have a song by Jay Young, and I will start with the song called 11. Now, the amp I'm using is the Cambridge Azure or Azure or whatever 851A, so the flagship of that series. I can't change from A to B and B to A again. The only thing I can show you is, and I will tell you when that happens, when I switch from B to A. When I switch from B to A, I switch from this one without the IsoAcoustics Gaia to this one. So you will not hear the difference switching from this one to this one. I think it's enough, because I can hear the advantage. Now, let's start with the song called 11. Starting, now I have to look for it. It is A, B, this is B. Okay, now I start with this one. And now the switch. Back again. Now, I want to show you this again, because maybe you have to adapt to the way I show it. So I will show it again, and I will use my finger to point at the speaker or the feet that is playing. You know what I mean. Now, Again, I will start with B, so I will start with this one. In the meantime, it gets a bit louder when I go back from A to B, because in the middle it plays A and B together. That's why it is louder for a second. Now, starting with B. All right. This is the first song, again by Jay Young, and it's called 11. Now, the second song is called Sally, again by Jay Young. I'm sorry. I am starting with B again, so the one without the feet. All right. So, if you think maybe it's my room, because the left and the right side aren't the same. Now, the left and the right side of my room aren't the same, that's correct, but I did this test switching the position of both speakers, and what I heard was the same, and it was confirmed by the government, my wife, and so it isn't the room that changes, because no, I will talk about it after the third song and tell you what I hear here. So the third song again by Jay Young, and this is called Dynamics. Starting again with B, so B is the left side, and then to the speaker with the IsoAcoustics Gaia feed. All right, so I want to give you this a second time. The second song called Sally was the longest. That's why I didn't give you that one second time. But this is shorter. That's why I want to replay it. Just I'll make sure that I start with the left speaker again. Yes. Now. So, all right. My thoughts. If you don't want to rely on them or want to be influenced by them, just quit watching the video here. That's absolutely fine. So I'm not a YouTuber, I don't need the minutes or whatever. Some YouTubers say they watch how long their videos are watched. To be honest, if you heard a difference and you like one more than the other, that's the most important thing. I can tell you that I gave my best, or I give my best all the time, to make the recording of the video sound as close as possible to what I hear now. And this is not a perfect recording. This is a living room. It sounds like, or almost like, what I hear in this room. So, and that's what I want you to hear. The sound in a living room, in a well-damped living room. Not lively, not very damped, but I think it is well damped now. The differences. And I will mix it up with the things my wife said, and I will start with that, ladies first. Now, she summed it up with one thing she said: with the feet, where's my finger? with the feet, it sounds more precise. Everything sounds more precise. And I want to add some thoughts to that. Now, I can see everything clearer, like the curtain is thinner. The curtain, the sound has to cut through. So, the bass is tighter. That's something you will hear a lot about this feat. It makes the bass tighter, yes, that's true, but there is also more texture to it. And no, maybe that is having a tighter bass, but I want to add that word. It has more texture. It is easier to hear the texture of the bass. And I would say see the bass line and the distinction between different bass notes. And one other thing is, and that is so obvious with a lot of songs, not with each song, but with a lot of songs, the voice, so the mid-range and the instruments are more transparent. It is easier to see them. And that is in the mid-range, I would say, in the upper mid-range, because it was very obvious with some female voices. It is like opening a window and hearing the voice through the open window. And I was impressed because I thought, okay, maybe it's a tiny difference. And you know what? It is not a night and day difference, especially not with this speaker, the IsoAcoustics, because this IsoAcoustics has also a very tight bass. And these speaker stands are, they have two stands. They are filled with sand, and they are very solid, even without these feet. I think these are good speaker stands. That's why it surprised me that it is even better with the IsoAcoustics. And you know what? I would love to hear my previous speakers, the Technics SBC 700, because they had a fuller, boomier bass, and I would love to hear how they sound with these feet, because the Technics speakers already have a more open, more transparent mid-range than this Wähler has. So opening their mid-range up even more would be interesting too. So yeah, I'm surprised positively, in a positive way, what these feet can do. Yes, in my opinion, the difference is audible. So I would say it is an advantage. It is not only different, it is better in my opinion. Not only different by maybe 5 to 10%. It depends on the song. And that is a lot, to be honest. That is really a lot. So in my opinion, it is 5 to 10%. And sometimes it is less than that, and sometimes I would say the difference is 10%. And usually it's about 5%. And you know, it is not easy to put these impressions into percentages, but that's my opinion, and that is what I experienced in this room. I used the left channel of speaker set A and B, and compared I listened to a lot of songs, and this is what I've heard. Now, as always, don't judge gear by its review. Have a listen for yourself. That is what I did, and I want to keep this feed because of what I've heard and not what I've read or what I've heard from other guys. So, if you have any question, just ask me in the comments below. I will answer as fast as I can, and have a nice day or night whenever you watch this. So, see you in the next video. Bye bye.